All right, so I'm gonna go into one of mine. I picked video game villains.
Oh, that's great. I thought you were gonna say video game high schools.
No, what? There's only one video game high school, and that's
yeah, right.
And that's where the law is. You don't beat the law. You know what I mean? No one's above the law.
Oh my god.
An epic mealtime. Anyways, so for video game villains, 0 out of 10, I picked Grundy from Banjo-Kazooie.
As your 0?
As my 0. I picked Grundy because
it's good, grunty.
Yeah, it's literally doesn't. She's just there. She's just there, like, oh, I'm gonna steal your sister and then become hot. Okay, and then like the whole you're getting the jiggies to get to her, but you get to her and then it's just a trivia of like, oh, what does she brush her teeth with? Grundle muck. And it's like, what is this? What are we doing? What are we doing here? And so I'm not saying the game's bad, but God damn, is she not a good villain?
At least you get to fight her after that, but she doesn't make it easy.
Does not make it easy. Does not make it easy.
Does her and Banjo-Tooie have any weight in this, or just her and Banjo-Kazooie?
I never played Banjo-Tooie, so I think that's probably it. But okay, 1 out of 10, I picked Handsome Jack from Borderlands.
You know what?
Because
thank you, King. Thank you.
He's not a good villain. I get it. He thinks that he's the protagonist, but it's still so shallow, and like all of it is built around the Borderlands humor of it all, and it's just not good. He's just not a good villain. He's not even like so bad or annoying I want to punch him in the face. It's just like, why is he here? Why are we talking about him? He's just a nothingness.
He's the quirked up white boy.
But he's not goated with the sauce.
No, he's dry as fuck.
Yeah, he's dry as hell. And he need to get wet. That he needs to get, like, you could have at least gave him a little bit more swag, or at least something, but like, no, like, he's a really bad villain. Handsome Jack is a really bad villain that I don't care about. And then they try to make you care about him more by making like a clone of him a playable character. It's like, no, like, get away from him. Like, it's fine.
Yeah. I agree.
Number 2 out of 10, I picked Dr. Neo Cortex from Crash Bandicoot.
Oh, what?
Because I felt like he was okay in the beginning, and then he just, like how like we talked about shows do, they just simplify him to the common denominator. They just simplified him to being like this weird wuss, and it's like, why did you take all the bite out of your main villain?
That's fair.
He's a caricature of what he once was. It doesn't make sense. And they only really do that so he could be in Crash Racing or Crash Bash or whatever the hell, and he's a playable character.
Yeah.
And he's just such a loser. They just made him such a loser. And it's like, why is your main villain a loser? Like, at least make him, like, cool or evil.
I agree. I think he has his moments in Twinsanity. But I mean, it's like, yeah, like, what's he doing here? Like, what, you know?
Yeah. And so number 3 out of 10, I picked Atom Smasher from Cyberpunk.
Okay, really? Oh, no spoilers, no spoilers.
No spoilers, but like, I feel like the show makes him more of a menace than in the game. And they make him such a big deal in the game, but I wish they just showed him being more of a menace to the point where it's like all like show but don't tell. They tell you so much. It's all tell, and then you finally fight him, and then it's like, okay, but like it's an RPG, so obviously I'm overpowered as hell.
Yeah.
So it's they had something there. That's why it's 3 out of 10. They had something there. They could have just gone harder with how much of a menace he was, and they just didn't.
Right. That's fair. Because watching the anime, I'm thinking like, watching them fight, I'm like, oh man, like I'm trying to like picture how this would go down in the gameplay, and I can't, because like in my head he's like hyped up as like so strong, but I guess that makes sense. There's got to be some limitation or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Damn. Especially since the game came out before the anime, and then when they were fixing the game, they added stuff from the anime, but also like, and vice versa. But number 4 out of 10, I picked General Rom from Gears of War. Okay. Because he's cool enough and enough of a little menace, but there's still something to be desired. Like, he could have been more.
Yeah.
He could have been more, but he also could have been way less.
Right. Yeah. He's got, like, you see a little bit, just enough personality to be like, oh, he's a free thinker. But it doesn't go so far where it's like, this guy, like, he's cool as hell. He's awesome,
Yeah. So that's why it's a 4 out of 10. 5 out of 10, I picked Dr. Robotnik from Sonic.
Okay, which one?
Just in general.
Okay,
I encapsulated everything, because there is him being goofy and there is him being serious. And I think they do a good enough job when he's goofy of really hitting the goofy mark, and a good enough job that when he's serious, he's like actually a menace.
Yeah, he's awful.
And so I think that he's like the perfect 5 out of 10. I feel like he would be maybe a little bit higher if they didn't have him as goofy as much. But there's still enough to be like, no, there's a real, like, especially in the Archie comics, there's a real reason that he's a bad guy.
Oh yeah.
And so I that's why I give Dr. Robotnik a 5 out of 10. 6 out of 10, I picked Frank Fontaine from BioShock. Okay. And you would think I would pick,
Andrew
Ryan, but no, I would pick Frank Fontaine because he's leading you the whole time.
Yeah,
he's the actual last boss of the game. Mm-hmm. Andrew Ryan is more of like an evil guy, kind of an ideal alone, but Frank Fontaine is like legitimately a monster.
Yeah.
And so I wish there was like, and I think it bumps it up a little bit more, because you don't really think about Frank Fontaine. When you think of BioShock, you do think of Andrew Ryan, and you do think of Would You Kindly and the twist of it all, but you don't think of him enacting the Would You Kindly to overthrow Bio. You really think about, so that's why he's a 6 out of 10. There could have been a little bit more to desire, especially if that was all happening, but it ended up being Andrew Ryan. Then Andrew Ryan would have just skyrocketed.
Right.
So,
and you don't even get to like really see Fontaine until like the end of the game.
Yeah.
So it's like, this whole time you're just hearing him through messages and and stuff. So it's like he's along for the ride. You kind of have this relationship with him, or at least you think you do. But like he's not really there. Yeah.
So that's why I picked Frank Fontaine over Andrew Ryan. Okay. Number 7 out of 10, I picked Psycho Mantis.
Okay.
Because he's genuinely a shitty person. He's
he's awful.
He's just there's no real redeeming quality to him. Like, you would think a lot of Metal Gear villains, except for maybe like, the Senator at the end of Rising Revengeance, a lot of them, they still are so three-dimensional that they have some redeeming quality, or they were led astray somehow. Right. Psycho Mantis is just a fucking villain.
Yeah.
There's no redeeming qualities to him, I would say.
I mean, you could make an argument that because like in 5 and everything, you learn about how him like.
Are you gonna spoil some shit? Are you gonna spoil some shit for 5?
No. I mean, have you played 5?
I've played some 5, but I got spoiled that fucking the guy on fire is goddamn Volgan, and I'm like, what? I was playing him in order. Don't do this to me. No.
That's not a huge thing in the grand scheme of it all. But
yeah.
Like the way his psychic powers work, other people, like if they feel strongly, he just like he's not in control of himself. You know, like the way his mind connects to other people's minds, he loses some autonomy. So like I would imagine how that could like really help mess him up. But like he also does some really bad things.
He also does some bad things, and in his dying breath, he's like, "I really have no regrets about this shit." So it's like, I understand you didn't have a kind of a choice, but then you were so fucked up that you decided to choose wrong.
Right.
And so, a 7 out of 10.
Okay.
8 out of 10. I picked Wesker from Resident Evil.
Hey, that's good.
What more is there to say about Wesker? He's just him. He's just that. But like, I think he deserves an 8 out of 10. 9 out of 10. I picked the one, the only Bowser. And I think what really bumps him up is the Superstar Sagas, the Bowser's Inside Story, where you people really have like character development. He is like a well-rounded, three-dimensional. You would think like, if you just play the 2D Mario games, it's just he's just a head, and he's just being an asshole, just stomping around. But like, he genuinely is a flawed character that's trying the best he can, and he's a single dad with 12 kids that he loves dearly.
Yeah.
And it's like,
cat dad.
Yeah, it's like, damn, they really did a 180 on Bowser. Like, especially all of the Partners in Time, all of that Sega stuff, saga of stuff. It really elevated him to the nth degree. Like,
he's got depth.
He got so much depth.
Actual character.
He's like, and that's why I think they did a good job picking Jack Black as Bowser. Wow. But I think that's because if I would be anybody, I feel like I would be Bowser. I feel like I identify more with Bowser than anybody, and it's weird because you also identify with Luigi more than anybody. So what does that say about us?
You. I know.
What does that say about us?
I was going to say something about that.
Damn. So, and number 10 out of 10. This is when I think of the best, the perfect villain of all time. It is hands down, without a question, 100% Frank Horrigan from Fallout 2.
Really?
Frank Horrigan is such a good villain. You have such a commanding presence, such an intelligently written villain that I don't think anybody has ever surpassed Frank Horrigan as a villain in video games.
Wow. I just want to say for the record, this is a goated pick. I was not expecting it. But you're absolutely right. I completely agree. The idea of walking into a room with him is terrifying.
It's terrifying, and it's not like he's just a terrifying presence. First of all, to be a terrifying presence in a point and click game is insane. It's insane. But he's also smart as fuck. I no qualms with, this is a terrifying guy to be in his presence, and he's smarter than me.
Yeah.
He's like 20 times smarter than anybody I've ever met.
Yeah.
He is a terrifying individual.
And 20 times bigger.
Yes!
He's huge!
Frank Horrigan is, without a doubt, like, immediately 10 out of 10 villain.
Yeah.
Full stop, no
Absolutely.
notes.